Thank you, Maura. My name is Maura said I'm O'Dwyer from Trojan IT. If I appear a bit nervous up here, it's only because I am, because I'm usually behind the desk in an office, so please bear with me. But I think my presentation, yeah, perfect. So I'm not going to keep you too long today. I'm just going to give you a brief introduction to Trojan. I'll go through the e-invoicing for communities project. I'll discuss our starting line on that project, and then I'll just go through our success plan for it. So, for anyone who doesn't know Trojan IT, we are an IT company providing accounting software packages, managed IT services, and hardware sales to SMEs across Ireland. We are trusted by thousands of users every day who log into our software systems or our managed servers to be able to do their work successfully during the day. We are based in Boyle, County Roscommon, and we have been in operation for 32 years now. And that's something we're very proud of as an IT company. It's quite a long-standing. We have seen the introduction of the first Microsoft Outlook. We've seen the launch of the Google search engine, and we've seen the rise of mobile phones and smart devices throughout our lifetime. So we're working in a very different landscape than we were back in 1988, and we're very excited to see the future that IT has to offer over the next 32 years with the advancements in AI, digital transformation, and collaborative working. But of course, our team of 40 people will be there to support our customers on that journey through. So we have 40 people there, as I said. Their accumulated experience comes to around 530 years. So we're quite a knowledgeable bunch, really, even if we don't speak very well in public. But that's why we were delighted to form part of the consortium for the e-invoicing for communities project. So the consortium was formed with 3 communities. The first community is the Institute of Technologies and the Technical Universities, and I believe there might be some of the people from them here today. If you are, don't be afraid to let yourself be known there. The second community are the individual software developers, and that's Trojan IT and Profile Software. The third community is the Smart Community, which is made up of the micro businesses in the town of Tubbercurry in County Sligo. All of this project has been underpinned by the very passionate team at IT Sligo and the highly experienced Newbell Software, or also known as Tubbercurry Software Development, and Celerus. So Tubbercurry Software Development, actually the CEO there is Edmund, who has worked on forming part of the EM policy for e-invoicing. So he's a vast amount of experience there. And Carmel in Celerus has years of experience in the e-invoicing side of things as well. Of course, none of this project would be possible without the funding that we received from CEF. So the project has received 75% funding from CEF and 25% funding from the members of the committee, of the consortium. So, moving on. We've heard a lot about PEPL today, and I'm not going to go into much detail on it because Martin and Christian covered that very well. The part that I'm going to be talking about is the seller. I'm going back to the starting line of where the invoice originates. So I'm not sure how many people here, I'm not as prepared as the guys were earlier, I don't have a Slido, but maybe by a quick show of hands, how many people here actually have an e-invoicing system live in their organization that they're currently using? So we have a few, that's great. And out of those people, would you be receiving more than 20% of your invoices through that e-invoicing platform? Yeah. Okay, so a few. I'm not surprised by those figures, they're a little low, but we're at the start of the project, and also I think roughly 60% of people agreed that the platforms just aren't there for organisations yet. And that's not just in the public sector, that's also in the private sector. And that's what we were, as Trojan and as part of the consortium, want to help the SMEs improve. So we are hoping to help the SMEs on their digital transformation by providing them with a service where they can easily create and send EN compliant invoices. So we are working with, like I said, with IT Sligo and the development companies to develop our existing software, Thrive accounting software, to be an EN compliant software. Trojan IT and Profile Software will be the first two companies in Ireland who will have an all-in-one accounting solution which is EN compliant. Both Trojan and Profile are used to working with SMEs. This is our industry, it's what we know, and we are very excited in our journey that's going to lead the SMEs to be more capable and more enabled on their journey through the e-invoicing platform. So I suppose what this means for you is that you're going to be able to receive your invoices in an easier format. So at the moment, you can imagine, I think, 20,000 invoices come in on a daily basis. How many of them get sent back because they're missing something that you needed on them, that there was something in the wrong place or something that didn't add up? With the e-invoicing, you're no longer going to have that issue. That problem is eliminated because the supplier can't send in the invoice if they don't have all the necessary fields completed. That's quite a big task at the moment for suppliers, but with our software system developed, it's going to be an easy process. The boxes will appear for them automatically, and they will just fill in the fields before it ever gets to you. So it'll save you time, save you the headache of trying to send back invoices and get them back in your 30-day period, and hopefully will help both you and the supplier through a smoother process. So we are very much committed to this project. The consortium are 100% behind it and are very passionate about it. And we believe by helping the SMEs become more compliant and enabling them to become compliant, that will help you as well. And that leads me on to our success plan. So the consortium is taking a four-step approach to getting this project implemented. So initially we have to develop the software. That's a given. Then we have to test and implement it. Then we come to my favorite part, the marketing plan. Like I say, I'm usually the one just designing the strategy and getting other people to do it, so that's my favorite part. And then it's the widespread adoption. So at the moment, we're on stage one. We're in the software development stage. And because of the community approach that we are taking, it's a much more exciting stage. We're getting involvement from the developers, we're getting involvement from the experts, and we're getting involvement from the end users from the start, which is going to make the testing and implementation stage a much easier step. Where the micro businesses and the smart community that are testing this are going to be the pilot scheme of it, but also a very clever part of that approach is training the accounting practices. So therefore furthering our spread of companies that are going to be able to use this system, and then allowing the accountants to train them and not requiring as much time on our part as well. So then hopefully we will move on to our marketing plan and our widespread adoption. Because I'm not going to keep you very long, so I'm finished. I'm going to end it there. But this is really a taster of what is to come. This is the first announcement that we have made about this e-invoicing for communities project. And we hope to hear much more from us in the future about this project, and we're very excited about the success of it.
Do you have a time frame?
Yeah, so at the moment we've literally just started, so we received our funding officially last week, and we're just on the starting process. I believe the final deadline has been approved for Q1 2021, but as I say, we're very committed to this project. Every stage depends on the one before, but we would be hopeful to get it implemented sooner, if we can. If anyone else has any questions, I'll be around after lunch, so feel free to come up and ask me anything. Thank you very much.